What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage. If you're watching True Hill Heat, who better? Nobody.
Hello. It is me, the new media Forbidden Door, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter for another edition of AEWramble episode 48, the 2-hour infomercial. We are here to review the June 22nd, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite. I am here with the man of 44,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your most honest, unfiltered opinions on Toni Antoine Khan. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Does this mean that you didn't?
Oh, shit. Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
Well,
that's fucking
thank you.
bullshit.
Thank you for that.
Oh, he tried to be cool too. Oh my god. Oh my.
Let's fucking go. Anyway, yes, we're here to
Let's fucking go.
This person's not real. I refuse to believe. I'm convinced. I refuse to believe that this is a real person. I feel like this is maybe the world is a simulation. I'm just trapped. Did I die somewhere? I've been sent to hell? The hell happened?
You died and you've gone to heaven.
Jacket. Shut up.
You've gone to heaven and hell. Intermingling with Tony Khan. But yes, we are here to discuss last night's edition of AEW Dynamite ahead of this Sunday's AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. We usually break down the show segment by segment. We let you know what you thought. At the end of the show, we give you our match of the night, MVP, LVP, thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, or thumbs down for the episode. And we want to hear from all of you. We appreciate you all for joining us live at 105 or 106 p.m. Eastern time. And we want to hear from you in the live chat. We try to highlight as many of your comments as possible, but your super chat donations are always appreciated. It's the best way to have your comment highlighted on screen. If you have a question or a statement you want to make about AEW Dynamite from last night or the Forbidden Door pay-per-view coming up this Sunday, the super chat donations is the best way to do that. And of course, show your love by throwing a thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching us over on Twitch, become a follower over there. We are growing that platform. We got a whole new exclusive Twitch review show for AEW Rampage. So if you enjoy our AEW Dynamite reviews, go over and follow us on Twitch for our AEW Rampage reviews with True Draw Josh as well as John every single weekend, breaking down the Friday night show from All Elite Wrestling. And we'll have plenty of content over there as well as on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel for Forbidden Door Week. We got a preview tomorrow with Will Washington of Grab City Podcast as well as Joseph Holbert. We'll be going live at 11:35 a.m. Eastern Time with our Forbidden Door preview. Myself, Romeo, will be joined by Joe and will, breaking down this entire card. You got the Forbidden Door watch along on Sunday, hosted by Romeo. The whole entire gang is planning on joining us. J News, Chris G, Ness, maybe drunk guy JJ if he has enough liquor inside of him. And of course, on Monday, we're going to break down the Forbidden Door card with our Forbidden Door review with myself, J News, and special guest Richard Benson of Grabble App Podcast, as well as Post Wrestling. And yes, I am giving Jimmy his way to watch the show, so he will join us for the review.
This is very Vince McMahon of you. I know you'll be like, oh, Jimmy's not here. Oh, the card is subject to change. I don't know what's happened. Just stick around anyway. Nope.
I'm gonna send you a PayPal. You said you have to get paid to do it. You said you have to get paid to do it. Huh?
No, I'm not sure Tony Khan has that kind of money. I'm not sure his dad has that kind of money. Shit. I'm watching that nonsense.
Oh God. You see what type of show this is gonna be, ladies and gentlemen.
Preseason like I said, review card.
But like I said, we want to hear from all of you in the live chat. We got AJ Dillinger here with us saying let's go in his best Tony Khan voice. We got Ricky Castillo saying Claudio debut, Forbidden Door. We're going to talk about that for sure. Negro Buck Nick Jackson says great titles from Jimmy as usual. B.A. Brackus, who says I'm in the house. I pity the fools. Just kidding.
Oh my God. You have a fuck. Oh, he said just kidding. I was like, you have a fucking Mr. T gimmick if you don't shut up.
We got Ace who says what's up, SP3 and Jimmy. We got Latrell who says Jimmy doesn't enjoy anything.
Latrell, man, if you don't go drink your 40 and shut the fuck up.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Sorry, brother. I apologize.
No matter what happens on this show, you can always guarantee Jimmy's gonna get one disclaimer before we even start talking about the show.
I was just listening to Malcolm X yesterday, and I turned right around and threw the brother on the bus. I apologize, sir.
We got BCW Worldwide TV 13. He says it's your boy Bad Blood Brand from the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for joining us over on the Twitch machine.
Fucking infomercial weekend. What the fuck is going on here?
We got CM who says 10 max for Jimmy today. I think you're shortchanging him.
I'm keeping it clean.
Just a bit. We'll say just a bit. We got Nick Jackson who's excited for Benno to be joining us for the review on Monday. We got Ninja Mortis who says Jimmy Hatter of Worlds.
I assume that's supposed to mean hater. I don't hate anything. I didn't even hate last night's awful show.
Hater of Worlds. There you go.
It was fine.
But BCW says Jimmy is hella funny. So there you go.
He took it in stride. At least the brother. I don't know where the brother went, but I hope he heard my apology.
Latrell went to go find you and smash his 40 bottle over your head. We're off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, we are here to talk about the June 22nd, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Jimmy, as usual, what was your thoughts on the crowd on this show?
Oh, this crowd was great. A great crowd. I love that crowd. They were one of the better crowds, I thought, considering the show they got. They were hyped for most of it.
They were very into everything that went down on the show. We even got a small recap of what happened last week, Jimmy, a rarity on this show, as they did a quick recap of the Young Bucks winning the AEW World Tag Team titles, as well as Christian Cage turning on Juggle Boy, which ended last week's Road Rager episode. And then immediately we went into our first segment of the night, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, coming and returning to AEW, coming out to kick things off with Tony Schiavone in the ring. He takes the mic from Toni and says he's not going to give it back. Danielson says it's a great week to be a fan of AEW and says Forbidden Door will be co-promoted by the two best professional wrestling companies in the world today. He then brings up next Wednesday being the opposite of that, with the bloody spectacle of violence that is Blood and Guts. Bryan said he was expecting to be a part of both events. He said Chris Jericho paid Zack Sabre Jr. to challenge him at Forbidden Door, and Bryan was excited to prove that Zack Sabre Jr. wasn't the best technical wrestler in the world and break his trachea. He wanted to beat up Jericho and get revenge in the Blood and Guts as well, but unfortunately, he's got some good news and he's got some bad news. The bad news, because of what Jericho and Hager did at the Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing, he is not cleared to compete at Forbidden Door or Blood and Guts. But his mind is working at full capacity, so don't worry about him coming back. He lists all his injuries and says there is no one in the world who can wrestle better than him in this business. Bryan says Eddie Kingston has called him a judgmental prick, and he says he's damn right he is. Because he's a judgmental prick, he says he found the one person that he trusts to take his place at Forbidden Door, and the one person he trusts to take his place at Blood and Guts. Bryan promises that they will be astounded to see what he does in AEW. He says the fans ask who, but Bryan says, don't you notice I came out of the bad guy tunnel, so I'm not gonna tell you right now. Got some booze, of course. You have to tune in on Sunday to find out. Bryan asks who is the best wrestler in the world, and when he asks that, out comes New Japan Pro Wrestling's own Zack Sabre Jr., who doesn't get on the mic and just talks trash to Bryan Danielson from the stage, calling Bryan scared as his music plays to end this segment here. So, you know what I'm going to ask you. You know what I'm going to ask you, Jimmy. First, what did you think of Bryan's promo announcing that he's out of Forbidden Door and Blood and Guts? And who do you think will be his replacement?
Bryan's promo was really good for the most part. I can do without the bad guy tunnel part. It's always shut up. I am thoroughly curious about who is going to be his opponent. Claudio obviously feels like the favorite, we'll say. Can I ask you a question? Did we just copy and paste all of these fucking build-ups for this pay-per-view where fucking AEW wrestlers in the ring, fucking NJPW wrestler comes out and he yells at them from a safe distance? Why is that? What is this? I see ZSJ is the best at trash talking. Is he? I didn't hear a word he fucking said. How do I know that?
Why couldn't they give him a mic? I was wondering that. I was like, why did he give him a mic though?
I've heard him a couple times. He is pretty good. But could you imagine if you were going to do like a WWF WCW crossover and DDP was in the ring talking shit, and then The Rock came out, he just yelled from the stage? What? What? Oh my! I'm not sure about the placement. This felt weird to open the show, though, right? Is it just me?
Yeah, I would have put this later on in the show. I think the first match of the show would have been a much better way to open things up, give people a preview of New Japan going at it with AEW to kick things off instead of, this promo segment.
It felt very
because
weird.
This was kind of a downer, but
yes!
he did tease that we're gonna get a surprise. So I do agree with you. Claudio seems like the person that fits the build 100% with he checks all these boxes from what Bryan said, because he is a guy who is a technical wrestling savant who can have a great technical wrestling match with Zack Sabre Jr. He fits in what they do in the Blackpool Combat Club and would be a great addition to that group. He has the history with William Regal. He was in William Regal's last match, and Regal has gone on record and said that if there's anybody outside of AEW he would want to join the Blackpool Combat Club, it would be Claudio Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli, whatever he's being called these days. And of course, the biggest thing, the whole dynamic of the babyface team at Blood and Guts next week is that the whole issue between Bryan and Eddie Kingston. And he even established that in his promo that Eddie Kingston has called him a judgmental prick. If there's one person that Eddie Kingston hates more than Bryan Danielson, more than CM Punk, and even quite possibly more than Chris Jericho, it's Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro.
That could be fun.
They have a long history with each other. So that, yeah, him being in there, he kind of fits the bill on every certain level to be the replacement. But of course, we got to throw some oddballs out there. So I know our producer in the back is ready to show these pictures. There's also, another tag team partner that Bryan probably trusts that is probably not busy because, he could take a day off from talking about gun violence and being a mayor in Knoxville. Knoxville's not that far from Chicago. Why not Kane? Why not Kane, Jimmy?
Absolutely. We can complete the trifecta. We already signed a Big Show for a fuck ton of money to do nothing. We signed Mark Henry to a fuck ton of money for him to do absolutely nothing. Let's bring in Kane. I don't understand why not. I have no problem with it. Feel free. Go ahead.
Complete the trio of I think they versed for the ECW title back at
yes,
one night Night of Champions in 2008 2009 or even better, someone else that Bryan trusts, that he worked very closely with him during his time away from the ring, who is free since Stephanie McMahon is the interim CEO and chairwoman of WWE now. Why not bring in the man who should be the interim CEO and chairman, Shane O'Mac?
Oh my God. All right.
Imagine the pop for Shane.
No. Oh, yes. These fucking psychopaths would love it. Please don't do this. I don't ask so much. Please don't.
They may come out with a remix Mikey Ruckus version of Here Comes the Money.
Only thing good about bringing in Shane McMahon is that he would fucking slowly begin to take over this company as soon as he got there and get rid of this bum. That's about it.
That's the only thing you're looking forward to. That's the only thing you want to see. Huh? Yeah. BCW Worldwide saying, I think it would be amazing if Gresham was his replacement. I've seen these people say that Gresham would be a good person. If it's Jonathan Gresham, if it's Lee Moriarty, if it's anyone with AEW or that we've seen in AEW before, it should have been announced on this goddamn show. It should not be a surprise. There's only one person that I would have that signed with AEW that would be a surprise, and that's Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia switching sides. That would be a surprise to people.
It would be a surprise. I don't know if it's a good one, though. If it's going to be somebody on the roster, it's going to be a darkie because he can go out there and get no reaction whatsoever. And fucking dummy can say, I told you so. Look, I put him right where he belongs on dark.
The words and opinions of
All right. Start now.
Romeo, you have anything to add?
Was I the only one who laughed when Bryan says, my head is clear? He really wants you to know he does not have a head injury.
He does. I felt very uncomfortable. It just felt like such a downer. I felt like Dragon coming out to open the show. You remember LeBron doing his fucking the decision? I was like, he's definitely staying in Cleveland because no idiot would go on fucking TV and shit on the whole city. That would be the dumbest thing you could ever do. So when Dragon came out to open the show, I just thought, oh, he's cleared. Because why would you open the show with this if he's not cleared? He's like, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be a blood and guts. We have a guy, but you don't know who it is. Goodbye. What? Oh, what a downer.
It was a weird way to kick off the show. That's what I was like. I was like, I don't know if I would have started the show with that, but okay. Okay. It's like the same reason why I thought the placement of CM Punk's promo when he announced that he was injured was perfect, because it was in the middle of the show. I mean, nobody paid attention to the main event, but at least it was after, the Young Bucks and Lucha Bros had a great matchup. So the fans got the high and then they got brought down for the low. At least you could bring them. There was a possibility you could bring them back up with the main event, but yeah, I don't understand starting the show with a downer.
That's fair enough. I'm glad you and the 12 people who watch Rampage enjoyed it.
My thinking was that, it was bad news, but they knew they were going to give you a debut later on to get high again, for lack of better words.
Hey, I'll talk about the placement of that as well when we get to that.
Ooh.
I don't know about that placement either. That should have closed the show, in my opinion. But we'll get to that. As next up, we had Jon Moxley backstage. He says that it's business. Sometimes it's business, and sometimes it's personal. Moxley says next week it's personal with the Jericho Appreciation Society. They burned his friend's face. They took out his tag team partner. Moxley says Santana and Ortiz survived the streets of New York. Eddie Kingston survived, addiction and the streets of New York as well. He survived everything. Wheeler Yuta survived all that they put him through to join the Blackpool Combat Club. But Sunday, it's the biggest match of his career to win the interim AEW World Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi. He says that he transformed to a better man and a better father, and that he then says that this Sunday he transforms into what he always wanted to be against the Ace, and he will walk out with the gold. Moxley on a promo. Shocker. It's great.
The best babyface promo since The Rock. I've said it for ages at this point, and I stick by it. They all feel same-ish, but they're all different enough to where I think they're all kind of stand on their own. They're all fantastic. I'm not sure how many more of these he has in him. He's done if you did the math, how long was he champ? 6 months?
He was champion 8 months, I believe.
8 months? So that's
9 months. 9 months. No, 9.5 months, because he won it at the end of February and then lost it at the beginning of December.
That's 40 weeks. And then he had a few after that. He's cut 25 of these fucking things, and they're all great. I love Jon Moxley.
This was very good stuff. Next, we had our first match of the show. I think this is the longest they've ever taken to get to the first match or one of the few times they took to get to the first match of the show. But it was a fun one. We had Orange Cassidy and Roppongi Vice versus the United Empire IWGP US Champion Will Ospreay and Aussie Open. Orange Cassidy is back to his antics very early on. He stops Mark Davis and puts his hands in his pockets to deliver a drop kick and kip up. The Best Friends trio go for stereo dives, but Aussie Open catches Orange and Rocky, while Kyle pulls out Trent to the outside, and they deliver a sandwich to all three. Trent delivers a nasty looking half and half suplex on Kyle Fletcher and tags in Orange Cassidy, who delivers the slow kicks to Aussie Open and then busts out a Hurricane Rana on both men. He then follows with a step up Hurricane Rana on Davis before delivering a tornado DDT to Fletcher. The Best Friends trio then finally hit those stereo dives on the United Empire. Roppongi Vice then hit double team offense, with Orange Cassidy finishing things off with his falling lazy splash. Ospreay blocks the OC tornado DDT, and we get a series of reversals, and with Orange Cassidy hitting the Stun Dog Millionaire for the double down with both men. Both men tag out to Rocky Romero and Mark Davis. Rocky hits a Hurricane Rana and then trades chops with the big men. Aussie Open hits some tandem offense, ending with an assisted sit-out spine buster for 2 that looked really good. Romero blocks a double team and hits an Isai DDT. All 6 men come in with offense. Roppongi Vice hit the double rising knee strike on Fletcher and go for a strong 0, but United Empire cuts it off. Then we end things with back in the ring. Trent hits a tornado DDT on Davis while hitting an Enziguri on Fletcher, and then Orange Cassidy comes in with the Orange Punch for the win. I thought that this was a really fun trios match to kick off the in-ring action on the show. A nice little preview for AEW versus New Japan Forbidden Door. Post-match, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan join the United Empire. It looks like they're about to gang up on Best Friends, but then the music hits in one of the best theme songs in the business, and the big pop for FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood as the
best tag team in the world.
That is correct, sir.
No, they lost that. They lost that. Sorry. They don't have the top tag team titles in the business. Sorry. It was a nice run. It was a nice 1 month run. But FDR come down to a huge pop. I love that they had these Dennis Condrey type shirts on. Great stuff. And they even the odds for the baby faces against the villains before we move on to the next segment. What did you think about this trios opener and the post match here?
How do I be nice? First of all, it was a good match. I'm gonna start there because I know you say you don't like anything. It was good. It was really good. But how long has AEW been around? 3 years. I don't know how you guys do it because I've only seen it for 3 years. But I've seen this 6-man tag match. God knows how many times for the last 3 years. I've seen this. I've seen this match. This is the opposite of Jon Moxley. I've seen it, and I'd rather not see it again. It's good every time, but I'm hey, keep it to yourself. You guys know how Aussie Open is really good in the comment section. If you say so. I know I've seen them twice, and they've lost twice. I know they ain't that fucking good.
Oh, you watched Rampage? You watched Rampage for the first match?
I heard they wrestled twice, and they lost twice. Yeah, that's a bad. This Will Ospreay felt like a really big deal to me last week, as he should. And here he felt like one of the guys, which he shouldn't. But whatever. I'm here for the match for Orange Cassidy. It's an odd choice, but I like it considering how over OC is for whatever.
Their interaction in the matchup was one of the best parts of this whole match.
Oh, very much was.
Given a preview.
It was the second best part of the situation. The best part of the situation is the Pop FTR guy. I'm not entirely sure why that gets me as happy as it does because I was so not giving a fuck about them when they showed up. But now every time anything happens, I'm like, yes, let's go. These fucking messes look like they're in a bar somewhere. I love FTR.
Their theme music is a bop. It's a bop. It's a vibe. It's a whole entire vibe within itself. I will say, for the second best tag team in the world. We got a super chat donation here from Easy Attack Professor Chris. Thank you so much for that support. Like I said before, it's the best way to have your comment highlighted on screen and show your support to True Heel Heat. We are a self-funded channel, so it helps us out so much. He says, I do not care if Triple H is backstage at NXT playing shooting dice. I can't see this as anything but a positive.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, for NXT, certainly. He's like the fucking. That's so weird. He was a really good wrestler, but not nearly as good as he thinks he was. But
preaching to the choir here, sir.
But he's a great executive, even if he's just like the kind of the overseer. Who's the guy that did all the work? Nick something? I forget his name.
Nick Khan. No. He's the business guy.
No,
but as far as like creating booking, Ryan Ward.
Thank you, sir. Yes. So Triple H is probably not the hands-on guy. He's kind of like, I have a vision, that guy. But he's still really good. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah. Hopefully one day he becomes in control of creative, even though I don't see that happening while Vincent Kennedy McMahon is alive.
No, Vince let y'all know what time it is. He let y'all know twice now. Vince is hilarious.
He's like, I'm showing up. Showing up. We got Aniko says, thank you, Jimmy. Stop beating Ospreay. I was like, I understood going into this matchup. I understood. I was like, Orange Cassidy probably is going to get the win because he's the challenger going into Sunday. But it's just like, it makes it that much more puzzling while they had Aussie Open and Will Ospreay lose that first match. Puzzling. And I will also agree with you. They have told us absolutely nothing about Aussie Open. At least with Will Ospreay, they presented him like a big star during his debut. He may have been on the losing side of 2 trios matches, but he still has that aura that he's a top guy from New Japan Pro Wrestling. But Aussie Open, they literally are just the tag team that works with Ospreay. That's all the character they've given them.
They feel like Butcher and the Blade or fucking Private Party or any other tag team that's there to take a loss. It is what it is. Sorry.
Pretty much.
They're really good. Are they though?
Are they? Backstage, we hear from Jay Lethal with Santam Singh and Sanjay Dutt. Dutt says that Santam's debut couldn't have been better. Lethal says he can't wait to become ROH television champion, but he can't until Samoa Joe has returned and he's still injured. Santam Singh reminds him that it's been a month, and Lethal says the clock is ticking before he vacates that title and gives it to the rightful owner, the greatest ROH television champion in history. Any thoughts?
If I assume Joe's going to be there next week, otherwise it made no sense to have this promo on this card. We got fucking way too much shit to get in. Why is this even here?
Yes, you could say the same thing about the next segment, but honestly, this is one of the 2 best things on this entire show, and it's
that
talking
next?
about.
Is that next?
Yes, that was next. That was next on this show. Tony Schiavone introduces Christian Cage to explain his actions from last week. Tony asks Christian to explain what happened. Christian tells the fans booing that he will stand here all night until they shut up. Cage says that he knows the people that he knows the people of Milwaukee aren't too bright, so he will ask them again. Christian says says you didn't think I was gonna let Jungle Boy eliminate me from the casino battle royale last year and get away with it. He cost me a winning bonus. I love stuff like this. I love when it's about money. It's about the winning bonus, the winner's purse. I love this shit. He says even more upsetting than being eliminated was how the fans reacted to it. Christian says Jungle Boy cost him a bonus and a fast track to an AEW world title shot. The fans start chanting shut the fuck up, including little kids in the front row. That was
Right?
interesting. Christian says he decided against his better judgment to go on social media to investigate Jungle Boy. After this, he says social media is a cesspool and these people in wrestling Twitter is the worst. It feels like Jimmy Macram wrote this script.
It did a little bit.
He says these people tried telling him, a 30-year veteran, who to fight like they know anything about this business. Christian says he hitched his wagon to Jungle Boy until the wheels fell off. Case asks the fans, do you think that I came back to help the younger talent? He says no. He came back to make as much money as possible. Christian says for the people complaining about money, well, try having the type of match they talk about for more than a week. Try having the type of match that parents sit their kids down to and tell them about. They talk about having the kind of match that they need pay-per-views after. But until then, eat his crumbs. Christian says he needed to recoup that money Jungle Boy made him lose, but he says the one time he doesn't come out with him, they lose the tag team titles. Tony then shows the footage of Christian telling Jungle Boy's mom that she raised a piece of shit, and Christian says he thinks the reason she was really mad is that she saw her knight in shining armor walking away. She wanted him to become Jungle Boy's father. Christian says he never wanted to be a father figure for Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy has a father and he's dead. Kay says it's lucky he is dead though, because he would be embarrassed and ashamed to see him crumble at his feet like he did last week, and he tells Jungle Boy to enjoy your retirement at 25. This brings out Luchasaurus, who chokes Christian Cage until he tries talking some sense into him, and even says, "Remember what happened to Marco?"
Let's go.
This is one of the best parts for me. Christian says Luchasaurus is like a son to him, and they need to talk in private away from these people. Christian hugs Luchasaurus, and then they walk off. They walk to the back together. My lord, was this an amazing promo? This was one of the best promos of Christian Cage's career. This was Christian Cage's masterpiece, because Christian all the times before has been the swarmy kind of douchebag annoying heel. This made him sound like the smart heel that was thinking like 5 moves ahead of Jungle Boy, hitched his wagon to him to make money while not having to wrestle. And then when he lost the titles, he just cut him loose. This was perfect. What did you? And those lines about Luke Perry were ruthless. I saw people complaining about that.
Good.
I don't care. I don't care. This was how you get he had this amount of heat and he took it to here with those lines. Jimmy, what was your thought?
Don't cry about it, because I'm sure Jungle Boy gave the okay. Don't cry about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know people were complaining about, is that Julia Hart that they claimed talked about the vagina? Yes. That's because you can tell she looked legitimately shocked. So like that's like ugh. Probably should have talked with her about that first. I'm assuming he did that with Jungle Boy. That aside, I don't know. I'm be nice. I'm gonna give Tony Khan some credit here. I'm going to assume he had at least a hand in where Christian was gonna go here. But most of the credit goes to Christian, who came out dressed like a British villain from a fucking
like a James Bond villain, like dead ass with the turtleneck and everything.
Right? It was fucking fantastic. The promo was great. He is so much. There's very few people who are like just comfortable. Punk in AEW it is. Punk, MJF, Moxley. That might be the fucking list. Eddie's comfortable. Eddie's comfortable everywhere he is. It is. I'm not sure he's comfortable. He's just talking and you fucking cheer up. I don't care. I'm saying what I'm saying.
And you don't know if it's real or not.
Right. Christian just was completely comfortable with the overwhelming heat he was getting, quite frankly. MJF level heat before he even started talking. And then when he went to the dad thing, it felt like, I don't know, I don't be a conspiracy theorist guy, but it did feel like we're trying to position Christian as MJF's replacement here with this over the top dad died heat. As far as the Marco stunt thing goes, I'm going to assume this is Christian saying Jungle Boy didn't help Marco stunt when he got fired. So you should be. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm here for you.
Exactly.
I'm so here for this.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. A long time.
It was so good. I loved everything about it. It was great. Oh, so happy.
We got Kid to Get Money who says that was not a kid shouting "shut the fuck up." That was Marco stunt. We also got Ricky who says heel Christian greater than heel Edge. Yes, because Edge was supposed to do this whole dark, mysterious character with Judgment Day, but then he was using like hometown heat at the same time. It just didn't mesh up. And Christian was able to use hometown heat to elevate his level of heat, his heat, and then transition it into this new character or this character that like revealed himself that has been, underneath the surface this entire time.
Fair enough. So we're saying this version of Christian is better than that version of Edge. I agree with that with relative ease.
Yeah, I'm not saying overall. Overall, this is
Edge has some great heel characters.
Yes. Edge, rated R superstar Edge with Lita, the Ultimate Opportunist with Vicky Guerrero. Like he has had some great heel characters, but since his return, since 9 years off, he hasn't connected as a heel, and that's why his heel run only lasted about 3 months.
That's hilarious. Yes,
Romeo.
Can I gloat for a bit?
Sure.
No.
I told you, baby. I told you.
What did I say last week? About Luchasaurus? I told you.
You did. Fair enough. Seth Rollins is hilarious, by the way.
He's the new. Yes. This character is one of his best. I will say yes. Luchasaurus being the new Tyson Tomko, the new problem solver for Christian Cage. I think it's the best route. I think this is the only way you kind of get him out of a limited character with the dinosaur gimmick. It kind of has reached its limits, and now you can present him. Put him in a suit. Put Put his big ass in a suit. Take off the mask. Do it.
If we can fucking, I don't want to just. Yes, I love that.
Yes.
If you notice, Christian was smirking. No, we didn't notice. It wasn't a big ass fucking close up on Christian.
And it wasn't like commentary definitely pointed that out as well. Like, look at this son of a bitch.
Should Jungle Boy come back as Jungle Man?
Should come back as Jungle Jack Perry, as fucking JR's been trying to get over for fucking 3 years at this point. It works. Jungle Jack Perry works.
Eventually, yes, but you gotta still appeal to those kid fans. I'm sorry.
Why? They don't like him if he called himself fucking man? They was chanting shut the
fuck
up. Psychopath.
This is a good question here from EBB. He says, lights out match at All Out has to be lights out. If continue like this, Jungle Boy gonna turn into Jungle Man? No, because I think at All Out now, it should be Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus. They need to prolong this. Christian is putting obstacles ahead of himself. Like that should be the Jurassic Express, the stage for Jurassic Express collides or explodes.
I know whenever they fight, Christian should go over.
Yeah, I think it should be a multi-match feud, and Christian has to win the first match for sure.
See, I think there's enough time till then to do Lord Luchasaurus between now and then.
When's All Out?
And then get to Christian at All Out.
September.
September.
But I think Jungle Boy is going to be out for a while. I think he's going to be out for a few
What are you
weeks.
talking about? Matt Hardy got a concussion during the match. He came right back and finished it. What are you talking about?
Well, Matt Hardy is stronger than death. He has a T-shirt that says it.
By the way, this is the first time we actually had like one of those. I mean, MJF's done a couple of them where he's had "I'm smarter than you" promos. Is this the only other heel actually being smart promo?
Pretty much that I remember off the
That's
top of my
outrageous.
head.
That's like this is like a super villain. Don't blow this. This is great. I fucking sat on the sideline for months so I can get paid for doing nothing. That is an outrageous plan.
Yo, I will say, like, for all the people that were complaining about Christian not wrestling for a while and not doing anything since All Out, this made him look like the biggest jerk and the smartest person in the fucking room. He just hitched his wagon to these guys, got them to the tag team titles, and been cashing checks.
Is this instantly the most interesting thing on AEW right now?
Oh, it's already became one of my favorite things in wrestling, not just AEW, in wrestling. In wrestling.
You know what? Without Punk, without MJF, I think so. I hate to say it, but yeah. See,
relatively ease.
Chase Oliver. Here we are.
Yes. Chase Oliver says Christian, one of the best promos, gave everyone the smoke. # worked everyone. Yes, he worked not outworked everyone. Worked. Great. I love it. That was a great line, Chase. Negro Bug Nick Jackson saying R.I.P. Luke Perry still hurts, but Christian isn't the first one to cut a Dead Daddy promo. That was heel 101 back in the day. Yeah, 100%. 100%. This is a good shout. CM says Luchasaurus's name was Judas.
Ooh.
Good shout, CM. Good shout. Good shout. And we got
I'm looking this up. He's had several names. He's had Judas Draven, Judas Devlin, just Judas, and then he became Luchasaurus.
Jeez, God. He's lucky as the
so
job.
He's been Judas all along. It was me, Jungle Boy. It was me all along. So we got ALW with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, ALW. You know we appreciate those and appreciate you, one of our great followers, great viewers, great subscribers, and Patreon backers of the channel. He gives super chat donation saying Christian is a great heel and his promo stole the show. Yeah, I mean, it might be a little early, but I think we already got our first MVP candidate for this episode for sure.
Run away with it.
And this is a comment I'm just going to highlight because it pisses off Jimmy. Tony Khan is brilliant.
Let's fucking go.
That's the new thing. Every time Jimmy says something about Tony Khan or the comments say something, let's fucking go.
See, this is why I fucking try to be nice. I try to just give credit without criticism.
That's fucking bullshit.
I try to give I try to do it without criticism, and you guys won't let me. Tony Khan is not brilliant. This was shitty booking for fucking 6 months, and then Christian saved it because that's what he does. Because he's great. Dare you? They won't let me do anything. I can't be the nice guy. They won't let me.
Won't let you. We got EVB who says, even with MJF, I think I love this Christian promo and his attitude more than any MJF promo this year. Just personal preference. That's tough. That's tough.
I mean,
because MJF's had about 3 or 4 of these.
I'm about to say, yeah.
You don't know shit.
I think, that shoot promo was probably better than this one, in my opinion.
Yeah,
this year.
I agree.
That promo was this year, right?
The shoot promo and his origin story. The Punk.
I don't love the origin story.
I love that one. I love that
you all jumped out the window with the origin story. Look at him. He's a super villain. He's got villain written on his forehead. We know where this goes.
Super villain. I don't care. He's a super villain because of that origin story. Backstage, we hear from the new AEW World Tag Team Champions, the greatest tag team in the world, Nick and Nat Jackson, the Young Bucks, who are happy about winning back their gold last week. They are Kyle O'Reilly, who is upset at what Sting did to him and what he and Darby did to Bobby Fish. He says he's not medically cleared. So the Young Bucks say at Forbidden Door they will reunite with the Bullet Club in El Phantasmo and Hikuleo to face Sting, Darby, and Sting's cronies. And then it's later revealed through a promo from Darby Allin and Sting that Sting's cronies will be known as the Dudes with Attitudes of Los Ingobernables de Japon's own Hiromu Takahashi and Shingo Takagi. Jimmy, you found this amusing?
What was the rating for Dynamite last week?
764,000 or something like that.
Keep letting Tony kind of do whatever he wants. Feel free. Dudes with attitude. What?
Dudes with attitude.
Are you fucking
There was
serious?
two dudes with attitude. There was two dudes with attitude, but these are four dudes, so they're just dudes with attitudes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Outside of MJF, have not all the other fucking pillars fallen off the map? Jungle Boy's about to get saved by Christian, but everybody else.
Let's do a 4 pillars report.
Yeah. Sammy, a mess.
They're trying to recover him by putting him back with Jericho.
Yeah. So Sammy and Jungle Boy.
They're like, oh shit, we got to start the cycle again. We got to put him back with Jericho to recover him, man. Jungle Boy, the feud with Christian is his way of revitalizing. Darby needs something at this point.
He had a heel turn, a face turn, a heel turn, TNT to 3 TNT title runs to end up right back in the same spot. How's that even fucking possible? Number one, Jungle Boy's a mess. Sorry. Christian's about to save you. You're welcome. And who's the other one? Darby, right.
Darby.
Oh, how long has this thing been going on? Oh,
since December 2020.
Did you say MJF?
What happened?
MJF's not on TV. We don't acknowledge MJF. We're leaving.
MJF's the only one
that's
living
probably
in
out of his
K.
company.
Fabian. We're living in K. Fabian. He's not here. We don't mention.
Sammy did it to himself. Don't blame that on TK. Right.
Hey, the
Sammy
4
did-
horsewoman report ain't looking too good either.
That is true. That is true. That is a good point. 4 horsewomen report ain't looking too good either.
Just saying.
Until Sasha comes here.
Can you put that Nick Jackson pick back up? He looks like the guy at the pool hall who pretend he doesn't know how to play pool and then gives you all your money.
He's a hustler.
That is Nick Jackson. That is Nick Jackson.
Absolutely.
He's a pole shark. Oh man. I'm just gonna highlight comments to piss Jimmy off at this point. MW Network says fire build with all the original plans falling apart, risky traveling schedules to be able to book these matches on the fallout of injuries shows how stacked these Forbidden Door show events will be.
All right, well, you're making 2 different points here because you have no argument, therefore you're all over the fucking place. That's typically how that works. Like the kid who didn't do his homework gets up there, has to give a book report, and just starts rambling on for 10 minutes thinking nobody's going to fucking notice. Fucking fire build, all the original plans fall apart, is going to be a great show. That has nothing to do with each other. The build has been awful. It could still be a great show. What the fuck are you on about? You're trying to make excuses for why it was a shitty build because of injuries and the schedules and this, and then you're going to say it was. It wasn't. Stop. Fire? You mean like the house is on fire? Like, burn this fucker down, let's move on? Sure, I guess. Come on.
I do like this name, Los Stinganables. Los Stinganables. That would have been better than Dudes with Attitudes. I will say that. We also got EBB with a question. He missed our opening here. Is Jimmy watching the pay-per-view this Sunday? Surely he ain't gonna miss Great O'Khan in action, right? I already said Jimmy's gonna watch. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. I'm sending him a PayPal and everything.
Hey, feel free. I'll take your money. That's my back pay. I'm a Christian Cage. It cost me a bonus.
I'm not Jungle Boy.
Get paid for doing nothing.
You wouldn't tell my mom she raised a piece of shit. Nick Jackson saying, I think the Darby and Sting relationship has run its course.
You think?
Going on
It
2
ran its
years
course
here.
so much, we all didn't even bother to comment on it. We all were just like, oh, yeah, that's what they are. Yeah.
Going on 2 years here. Ninja Border says Hill, Darby, and Sammy should be done with the TNT. They just gotta wait for the old guys to get out of the way for them.
Wait a minute. So the booking plan for Darby and Sammy is to wait until Punk, Moxley, Dragon, Jericho, and about 4 other mid-carders, retire? Come on, man. That's not a plan. That's not a booking plan. That's the opposite of a plan. It's just waiting.
That's just waiting pretty much. But moving on, we had some good action in the ring again. Malakai Black versus Penta Oscuro in an AEW All-Atlantic Championship qualifier. That beautiful title. It might not have a use, but it looks beautiful. Malakai works over the back of Penta throughout this, which causes him to have trouble to deliver the package power drive to the Fear Factor on the apron. But after an enziguri, he gets Black up for it. However, Black leaps into the ring, but Penta cuts him off with a rolling cutter for 2. Malakai hits a nice little dive and a double foot stomp for a near fall. He catches Penta with a roundhouse kick, but Penta catches Black with a kick of his own when he goes to the top rope. Penta then delivers an avalanche Fear Factor package power driver off the second rope, but he can't go for the cover due to the injured back. Great selling by Penta here. Penta finally gets his arm over him, but Black gets his foot on the ropes for a 2 count. Penta goes for the Penta driver, but he can't lift Black due to the injured back, so Malakai catches him with the Black Mass for the win. I thought that this was a really damn good matchup. These two men had some tremendous chemistry throughout this matchup. Post-match, Pac comes down and confronts Malakai on the big screen. We see Miro. He talks about the AEW All-Atlantic Championship being a gift from God. He has a conversation with God and says, is this you asking for forgiveness? Miro says he will walk through the forbidden door and tear everyone apart to claim the title. What did you think about the match and the post-match here?
Match was great. I love that fucking match. It's my match of the night. Spoiler alert, with relative ease. Malakai Black is probably my favorite in-ring wrestler at the moment. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love everything he does, and I'm here for it. Post-match, kind of silly, but once Miro showed up to talk a bunch of nonsense about nothing, I was fucking here for it. Asking for forgiveness. He called God a coward at some point. Dude, you don't understand. I fucking love Miro. Please. I'm still with the bet on Malakai, but I love Miro.
Love it. Love to see it. Love to see it. We get a Wardlow vignette where he talks about always getting what he wants, and he wants the TNT title. He says he's coming for everything he wants and deserves, and when Scorpio Sky is back and healthy, Wardlow will welcome him to Wardlow's world. Ew.
Sorry, I hate that. Shut the fuck up!
Oh shit!
I hate that catchphrase. I hate it. It's not getting over. It's not gonna work.
It's over. It's such a douchey thing to say. What was I gonna say? Is Scorpio Sky actually hurt?
Yeah, he has an injured leg. He got injured. He said it was already bothering him before the Dante Martin match, but then that re-aggravated it.
Yeah,
this is like the worst streak of injuries for AEW like ever.
Yeah, it's shocking. Punk, Dragon, Cole's hurt for a bit, Scorpio Sky, and somebody else I'm missing. Oh, Fish and O'Reilly apparently hurt.
Matt Hardy's hurt. Jeff Hardy was hurt.
Nobody cares about that.
Will you stop?
Oh my
That's
God.
horrible. That's horrible.
Words and opinions.
Thank you.
What did he hurt?
He hurt his knee.
He hurt his credibility fucking vouching for his brother?
We hurt our feelings.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Dummy a pass for this Wardlow stuff because I assume he thought Scorpio Sky was going to be healthy. I assume Scorpio was playing it smart here. Hold his boat a little longer. You know what? My knee doesn't feel that great. Never mind.
Yeah, he's like, I want to hold on to this longer than I did last time. So my knee hurts. Annika says someone tells Miro that Jesus still loves him. He sounds like the ex-boyfriend who can't let go until he's the one who can breaks up with him.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. We've all been there, time and time again. Oh man. Well, we get next Adam Cole coming out and he makes his entrance. Well, I wanted to ask you because you've been one of the people like Booker T who's been body shaming Adam Cole. What do you think about Booker T body shaming Adam Cole?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Preemptive, yes, preemptive. Good job. Good work. Good work.
You guys call it body shaming. What do you mean? I just feel like he is okay, listen, because like it's wrestling, it's not real, which is outrageous considering how seriously you all take it. I will say this. In the universe, it has a certain set of rules. Like if Rey Mysterio picked up the Big Show, you go, that's dumb, that makes no sense. It's not possible. Adam Cole is entering into that realm of people who I can't believe can win matches a certain way. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he needs to gain weight. I'm not saying he needs to hit the gym. I'm just saying it would help the believability if he did. As for Booker T saying it, Booker T should shut the fuck up. I personally feel if you collect a paycheck from a company, you can't be pretending to be objective. I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, if he wants to get that WWE television, what happened?
We're in full agreement on that. That's why I've started calling Booker T Uncle Booker T.
Oh!
And I'll let you know what the T stands for. You can just figure it out.
That's okay.
Yes. I'm sorry. That's what he sounds like. He sounds like all the people, all the black folks that used to be in the house looking at all the other slaves. Like I used to train that slave, Athena. It's outrageous how bad he is and how biased he is. He should not be taken seriously as an analyst anymore.
Yes. Never. He never should even. But here's what I'm just saying. And like Ninja Morris did it perfectly. He's talking about Jay White. I'll just use Hangman Page. Hangman Page isn't the biggest motherfucker in the world. But when he's standing next to Adam Cole, he looks like a giant. He looks like he could crush him with his fucking chest muscles. That shit is shocking. That's all I'm saying. Leave Booker T alone.
People are shocked by how few disclaimers you got in the last.
No, keep it clean. And stop calling Booker T Booker Tom. And fucking, why we acting like AEW is the fucking promised land? They got fucking nigga holes in goddamn selves.
Hey, I mean, at least Tony Khan, all of his hush packs have stayed hush. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
I don't even understand how Vince didn't get the game yet. He should have got the game years ago. You would have made it out scot-free, or scot-free as you could have. Decided to stick around, huh? Come on. Now it's all coming out.
Ninja Morty says, I like Adam Cole. I don't mean to body shame him, but if he stands next to Jay White at Forbidden Door, he better have been working out because Jay looks like he's carved out of stone. Carved from stone.
I'm not go that far. Jesus, he's not fucking.
I mean, Jay White looks good. Jay White looks good.
He looks like a professional wrestler who hits the gym every once in a blue.
Yep, that's what the T stands for. Anyway, Adam Cole comes out, makes his entrance to join commentary for the next match as we see our AEW debut of former ROH television champion, the last real man, Silas Young. This AEW Dynamite was in his hometown of Milwaukee, and he has a lot of history with Hangman.
What?
He has a lot of history with Hangman Adam Page from their time in Ring of Honor. The two men trade pinning attempts and hard chops. Commentary talks about their history a little bit, with Silas Young having Hangman's number back in the day. Young talks to the fans and gets a big lariat from Page. He follows with the moonsault off the top rope to the floor on Silas Young. Page looks for the buckshot lariat, but Silas gets out of the ring to avoid it. Hangman hits a big superplex, and then the two men trade strikes. He hits the fall-away slam and does his usual kip up. He follows with the corner clothesline and hits the triangle clothesline to take Silas off the apron, and then follows up with a big plancha. At this point, the fans are split with dueling chants for "Let's go Silas" and "Let's go Hangman." Silas goes for the last real moonsault, but Hangman moves out the way. He hits a German suplex. He follows with the short arm lariat, and then follows up with the buckshot lariat for the victory here. I thought it was a good match with the two men showing that they had history and knew each other very well with key reversals. But the post-match was even better here. We had Adam Cole get on the mic. He says that it's time for story time with Adam Cole, baby, but he is interrupted by the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Switchblade Jay White. He says he's responsible for all of this, and as the catalyst of professional wrestling, he apologizes for last week. As much as he wants to make it all about the Bullet Club and Undisputed Elite, his opponent at Forbidden Door can't be Adam Cole because he lost to Hangman Page twice. Jay White comes down to the ring and says everyone wants to know who he will face at Forbidden Door for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. White says it won't be Hangman. So Page knocks the mic out of Switchblade's hand and starts a brawl with him. Cole comes down and delivers a low blow to Page when he goes for the buckshot lariat. White then gets on top of Hangman and starts laying in punches. Cole then grabs the IWGP World Heavyweight title, and it looks like he's about to hit Switchblade with it, but then he tells him to pick Hangman up so he can blast him with the title. And then the coin dropped, motherfuckers. Kazuchika Okada's music hit, and the Rainmaker finally fucking arrived in AEW. Okada comes in, he fights off White and Cole, then Hangman joins him in beating down the heels. Hangman and Okada go face to face to an electric reaction from that Milwaukee crowd, but both get rid of the heels to stand tall. Huge Okada chants from the Milwaukee fans. I thought that this was a great segment to give me the match that I really wanted. I didn't want no goddamn three-way with Cole and Page. I wanted my goddamn Okada involved in this. I wanted Switchblade. I wanted all four men, and it looks like we got it. It was confirmed later on in the show for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. It will be Jay White versus Adam Cole versus Hangman Adam Page versus Kazuchika Okada at Forbidden Door. We got pictures on social media with Okada hanging out with his fellow Chaos members, the Best Friends. What did you think about Young versus Page first, Jimmy, and then the post-match here with the debut of Okada?
We could not believe this shit. Ah!
That was me, ladies and gentlemen. That was me.
I'm glad you did it because I was totally distracted by Statlander. Jesus. All right, focus. Business here. Business. When you showed me those Okada Tanahashi matches from how long ago was that? I don't know. A while ago.
That was like almost 10 years ago now. The ones I first showed you, yeah.
How many of them was it? 7?
Yeah, they had like 7 matches between 2012 and 2017, 2018.
Okay. I watched 5 of them. I was gonna make all 7, but they were all great. And I said Okada feels like if Randy Orton reached his full potential. Love you, Orton. I'm just saying. He feels like
That's a great analogy, though. That's a great analogy.
You just never stop working. If you didn't love bitches and shitting in bags so much, you would have been this guy. Okada has always felt like a star to me. He feels first of all, inches on him distracted me by B.A. Baracus. I get what you're saying, but yeah, it's a little awkward. He looks like a star, and he felt like the biggest star in this match. Even if you're not aware of who he is, the crowd reaction, his general presence, and the way Cole, Hangman, and Jay White all reacted felt appropriate. Like, oh shit, the guy is here. And I'm here for this. I'm not here for this match. This match feels like a mess. But booking aside, I assume it's going to be a good one. Hopefully Okada has not aged as much as Tanahashi has in the last 10 years, apparently, because good Lord. I'm sorry. I know he's talking about the main event yet, but good Lord.
Will you stop?
Come on,
Will
man.
you stop?
EBB
saying only Okada would make his US TV debut coming out dressed like a dad whose barbecue just got interrupted by the kids fighting, wagging his finger around too. Like, now that's enough, kids. Yes.
He did feel very fucking daddish. That blonde hair works.
Goddamn kids. Goddamn kids. We got ABBs. I still get my Hangman versus Okada match in bits and pieces in the 4-way. Cole gonna be pinned by White too. Gonna be great. I'd have it open the show.
White pins Hangman.
I think so.
Sorry, ABB. I know you don't want to fucking entertain that idea. I'm sorry, it's happening.
I think storyline wise, White pinning Cole would be the best option, but
agreed.
And Frantic World saying Okada matches versus Kenny are the best. Absolutely. The greatest series of matches in wrestling history. You heard it here first. Chase Oliver says Okada, pound for pound, the best in the world.
Look at Brooklyn Bleak. Always felt like a star, even in TNA. When he listen, sir, I don't have time to fucking.
Are we talking about what 13, 12 years ago? We can't account for what TNA did to them. Even my daughter's like, come on.
I don't have to fucking go through his entire fucking discography. Everybody talks about Eminem's Infinite. I ain't got time for all this shit.
Exactly. Like really? Who does that?
Oh, he's 34?
Yeah.
He was that good at 24?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. And instantly, if you knew anything Brooklyn Bleak, you would know that when he came back to New Japan, he instantly proved that TNA totally botched him completely.
That's not shocking.
That first match I showed you, that's him right in his first match since coming back from TNA.
God damn.
Exactly.
God damn.
So oh man, people frustrated me. I now understand you, Jimmy. I understand you.
I'm about to say, hey, I'm trying to tell you. For a decade. You know how awful they are. You've heard them when Vince came out and they're all cheering like a bunch of psychopaths. What?
There you go. Tony Schiavone is backstage. He's here to interview Cargill, Kira Hogan, and Stokely Hathaway. Tony says that Red Velvet is injured, but Jade isn't sweating this. Kira brings up Chris Statlander being happy about this, but Stokely says they are looking for a new baddie. So they tell everyone to apply it on social media. And of course, Jade ends the promo by telling Tony to cut the shit.
Yeah, I still hate that catchphrase. Jay looks like $1 million though. Stokely Hathaway is fantastic. And apparently another injury. Red Velvet. What the fuck?
It's like never-ending injuries, it seems, for AEW right now.
Backstage, have the search, by the way, because Tony Khan refuses to look through pictures of Negroes to put him in this fucking group. Fuck that.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
He's the one that won't do it. I'll do it gladly.
Backstage, Tony Schiavone is interviewing Athena and Chris Statlander. They make fun of the baddie search and tell Jade to cut the shit. Very simple, but they were funny here. They were.
I was about to say, I felt like they finally showed some fucking personality here. I thought that was rather enjoyable.
It was.
Maybe they just steal Rich Code's gimmick. Willow Nightingale, because she's so wholesome. I loved her. I felt like they were kind of putting into that.
Then they said at the end they don't need to do a baddie search because they got Willow Nightingale. So maybe Willow might get that signature and that hashtag All Elite. Smart move. Tony's watching AEWramble.
If you want to make it a Willow, a little bit of bleach can go a long way.
Jesus, you were doing so well.
Words and opinions.
I'm joking. Believe me, I'm joking. Don't bleach your skin. I'll be forced to call you a coon, and I'll do it gladly.
Toni Storm versus Marina Shafir was next. Nyla Rose comes down with Marina Shafir after they made an alliance on AEW Dark, apparently. We actually see a brief clip of that as well. We get some grappling with Marina Shafir, getting the better and grounding Storm commentary, and the crowd is still buzzing after the surprise appearance from Okada. And I was just like, man, always feel bad for the ladies for their placement on this. Like, of course, Toni follows up the Okada debut with the girls. It's like, oh, no one's gonna care. Bring them out there. Rose attacks Storm on the floor and hits a set down to the ribs. The two women trade strikes, ending with Storm hitting a massive headbutt, followed by Shafir hitting a thrust kick to send Toni to the floor. Toni on the floor comes back with a tornado DDT off the ring steps. Storm blocks a judo throw and hits a German suplex. Toni follows with that vicious, the best, and I'm going to call it the best hip attack in wrestling history. Like, every time she hits that shit, I'm afraid for the person who takes it. My Lord, no one does that better. And Nyla causes a distraction for Shafir to try for the judo throw, but Toni reverses it again and hits and gets a roll up for the victory. I thought that this was honestly Marina Shafir's probably best match. Not saying much, that's not a high bar to eclipse, but it was a solid outing with Toni making her look good before squeaking out the victory. Post-match, Nyla Rose attacks Toni Storm from behind. Marina Shafir double teams her until Thunder Rosa comes down for the save. They fight off Nyla, and Toni uses the AEW Women's World title to knock Rose to the floor, and we get a brief stare down between champion and challenger before Forbidden Door.
Way hotter than it should be. Sorry.
It is.
Easy, big fella. Easy, big fella.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking it. I was like, good Lord.
Love you guys.
Well, then I am too.
Jimmy, what was your thoughts on Shafir versus Storm and the post-match?
Match was fine. Highlight is Nyla Rose hitting that senton on the outside and walking away like ain't shit happened. Nyla Rose is hilarious. She might have found her niche here. Not as Marina Shafir's bodyguard or tag team partner. That's awful. Don't do that. But maybe the two of them as bodyguards.
Her playing whatever the violin to Marina Shafir's theme during the entrance was amazing. It was amazing.
Stop it. Jade is top tier. Baddies are there. Match was good. Aftermath was fine, even though we already saw it, like the exact same thing before. But what do you want? Tony Khan, that's what he does. I'm just glad Toni and Thunder Rosa have gotten some time this week because I think it's the third week in a row they've gotten some time.
Yeah.
Feel free. I like this.
They've actually did a good job building to this feud. I see DJ Duke saying, why didn't Thunder Rosa get a promo? Look, every time y'all they gave her a promo, y'all complained. How y'all gonna ask now? Oh, why didn't they get her a promo? After y'all complained the whole time. Y'all complain every single time. I'm the only person that enjoys Thunder Rosa promos always, and y'all complain, and they go, oh, why didn't she get promo time? Because of y'all. You people.
You people. Her last promo was good, though, with the red hat and the fucking Mexican outfit.
Exactly.
Marina Shafir, yes, you're right. Easily her best match, I thought. It was fine, but
I mean, Marina Shafir, she had someone that was willing to make her look good here. Toni Storm has been improving, very, very much improving as far as like the presentation for her and as far as like her in-ring matches over the last couple of weeks. So I've been enjoying it.
Agreed.
So I am looking forward to their match at Forbidden Door. I think this might be almost as good or even better than her match with Serena Deeb at Double or Nothing. So
let me know how you enjoy it.
You will be watching. Don't worry. PayPal's coming. PayPal's coming. They announced on AEW Rampage that Rey Fenix will go one-on-one with Andrade El Idolo. We get a vignette to hype their matchup, talking about their interaction in the Casino Battle Royale 2 weeks ago. This match should absolutely slap. Are you going to watch Rampage for just this match alone?
I actually thought about it. I'm not against it. I really want to see this fucking match. To be fair, considering the first two Andrade Pac matches, I would imagine this is gonna be right in the same book, right?
And I love Rey Fenix bringing up that Andrade wanted to sign the Lucha Bros all those months.
I totally forgot that existed.
Me too. Romeo.
It's a match between two guys who can't play at Forbidden Door.
Exactly.
Play with the rest of their coworkers.
He gave Penta the match on Dynamite, and he was like, "Here, the rest of y'all, since y'all can't come to Forbidden Door because AAA and CMLL is the closest thing to the Bloods and the Crips in professional wrestling, then here y'all go. Y'all get y'all opportunity on Rampage."
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Fuck it.
And then we get
fuck that.
We get Excalibur running down all the matches for Rampage as well as for
This is dumb. This is dumb. I know you all think it's cute, but the whole point of running something down is so people watch or pay for that shit you're running down. And you fucking through it.
Watch, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best here. I'm gonna do my best Excalibur impersonation. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I didn't catch a word he fucking said.
All right, but try my best to do this here. I'm used to this from doing True Hill Heat. Before we do the predictions with Jimmy at the end of the show, here is my best Excalibur impersonation. You got the buy-in match. It's the Gun Club and Max Caster versus the New Japan LA Dojo Boys, the DKC, Kevin Knight, Alice Coggin, and Yura Uemura. You got the dudes with attitude: Sting, Darby Allin, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi versus the Young Bucks, and El Phantasmo and Hikuleo from the Bullet Club. You got Jack Sabre Jr. versus the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club for the AEW Women's World Championship, Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm. It's going to be a trios match: Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Kavari. I'm tripping over my words on purpose. Eddie Kingston, Willa Yuta, and Shoto Amito. You got winner takes all for the IWGP World Tag Team titles and the ROH World Tag Team titles. It's FTR, Jeff Cobb, and Great O'Khan, Roppongi Vice. You got Will Ospreay defending the IWGP United States Championship against Orange Cassidy. You're gonna see the All Atlantic Championship be determined in a four-way: Malakai Black, Pac, Miro, and Tomohiro Ishii for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. It is now official. Jay White will defend against Hangman Adam Page, Kazuchika Okada, and Adam Cole. And in the main event for the AEW Interim World Championship, Jon Moxley versus Hiromu Takahashi.
If you were just tuning into that, would that make you want to see any of that? First of all, good job. Would that
I did it in a minute. I looked at the time before I started. I did it all in a minute. I went down a 10-match card. 10-match card in a minute. I did it.
Fucking mess.
That's all they give. That's all they give. They give Excalibur the Rampage and the Forbidden Door and Blood and Guts hype in under a minute.
Because they think it's cute.
Like, get it in.
This is a pet for fucking Tony Khan. Never forget it. Just because he doesn't have a vagina, y'all think he's not Dixie Carter. He's exactly Dixie Carter. All right.
There you go. Frantic World saying Excalibur messed up on the rundown last night.
He
definitely did. He was tripping over his words and everything. And the CM said Excalibur sounded like a busted Twister. That's great.
Down. How fucking.
That was a great drop. Oh man. That was a great drop. Oh man, that made me laugh too much. There. Brooklyn Bleak says, funny thing is that Excalibur was faster and more hectic, but that's his gimmick now. Yes.
Yeah, a gimmick. I thought we were running a business here. Yeah, fuck it. Whatever.
Fuck it. No, but main event time. Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Chris Jericho and Lance Archer with Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti. Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara coming out with Chris Jericho. They got a quick little brawl on outside the ring to start things off, with Moxley getting this great camera shot here. With the referee distracted by Lance Archer, Sammy grabbed Moxley's leg for Jericho to hit the triangle dropkick, and then he slingshots Moxley into the bottom rope neck first. Archer then comes in and hits a big pounce that knocks Moxley over, and then he knocks Tanahashi off the apron. Mox makes the hot tag to Tanahashi, who comes in and runs wild on Archer and Jericho. He hits a second rope crossbody and then a senton off the second rope on Jericho for 2. Big Tanahashi chant at this point. Jericho reverses the sling blade into a walls attempt, but he kicks out of it. Jericho hits the code breaker on Tanahashi, but Moxley breaks up the pin. He then hits a tope suicida on Archer on the floor. Jericho misses the Judas effect, but gets caught with his own code breaker by Tanahashi. Tada goes for the standing high fly flow, but Jericho reverses it into the walls of Jericho. Moxley breaks it up with a cutter on Jericho. Archer then takes down Moxley, but Tada catches Lance with the sling blade. All 4 men were down as the crowd was chanting. Crowd was really into this matchup with all the star power here. Tada tags in Mox and Jericho, tags in Archer. They trade strikes and clotheslines. Archer goes for a blackout, but Moxley reverses it into the paradigm shift and then tags in Tanahashi, who follows with the high fly flow for the win. Really good tag team main event in front of a very vocal crowd who loved Tanahashi here. And then the post-match happened. Post-match, Moxley and Tanahashi stared each other down while Eddie Kingston came down to attack Chris Jericho. Sammy Guevara attacked Kingston until Wheeler Yuta came down to make the save. This brought out Minoru fucking Suzuki, who just came out like he was like a hunter that was like staring down his prey. He's like, oh, this mayhem going on. I can't wait to get involved in this. Like the murder grandpa that he is. He had Shoto Umino, the shooter. He came down, and Jericho Appreciation Society joined the brawl, as well as Santana and Ortiz. Security and officials tried to separate all this chaos. All the while, commentary is going through the card for Forbidden Door, and Tada and Moxley were still just standing in the ring, staring at each other this entire time. I just laughed at the fact that they just stood there the whole entire time while all this chaos is going on. Man, Tony Khan loves 3 things. Tournaments, having Excalibur say 50 matches in 30 seconds, and show closing brawls before a pay-per-view. Those are the 3 things he loves to do.
Let's fucking go.
I thought you were going to say cocaine, cocaine dealer jackets, and anything without a vagina.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
Hit the beat.
It's expensive. Got to make money.
The words and opinions.
Match was fine. I don't know how old Tanahashi is, but he's not as good as when you last showed me him. I'll say that much. I'm gonna be nice. I know, and you said he wasn't in his prime then, so
45 years old.
He was in his prime back then, 10 years
He's
ago,
decent for
35.
45,
That's
right?
the prime. That's prime years.
What?
Will this be Okada in 10 years?
Probably so, because Okada's been working like this since he was 24.
Well, to be fair, Okada's got he's kind of got an ordinance work style. I know he wrestled before. I'm just saying, like, if you had him compared to somebody, so I think he'd probably age a little better than Tanahashi would, closer to Flair. Though Flair is the greatest 45-year-old I've ever seen in my life. Still not.
And don't forget, you could see Ric Flair one more time. One more time, Jimmy. It's coming.
Let me tell you something. I don't have enough words to describe people who think that this is Flair's last match. Ric Flair will never have a last match. That's not how this works. Wrestlers don't retire ever. This match was fine. It was what it was. The post match was a complete mess because one left to his own devices. Tony Khan is terrible. How do you get over people hate each other? Just have them brawl. But listen, it's a cool visual because Moxley Tanahashi in the middle of the ring and they're just talking. Wait a minute. This fucking 6 or 7 other people Moxley hates outside of the ring. The fuck are you going on about? And it's not like he's avoiding them to fight Tanahashi. They're just talking. This is dumb. Listen, I just want them to hire Booker so bad. So bad.
Someone to monitor what Tony Khan's doing, basically.
He can still do his goofy, I want to be Vince McMahon shit. You can still be at the media scrum and stand next to CM Punk and pretend like you're a fucking star. You can still do your stupid shit on Twitter. You can still fucking write owner, promoter, CEO, whatever the fuck when you fucking Cody Rhodes leaves. You can still do all that nonsense, but just let somebody else do the work that you clearly don't want to do. That's all I'm asking.
They're actually doing a press conference right now for Ric Flair's final match. They're about to announce it. I actually already know what the match is going to be, and all I will say is that it will feature AEW talent. That's all I can say.
God,
that's all I can say. But yes, we got a super chat donation here from Kid Get Money. Thank you so much for that super chat donation, Kid Get Money. He said, "I missed that match rundown. Can SP3 say it again? Don't worry." I'm going to get Jimmy's predictions for the card when we're done giving our match of the night, MVP, LVP.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
You know you wanted to, Romeo. You know you wanted. You know you wanted. We got CM who says, Nick Jackson, you know that Fiend.
That's what she said.
Michael, please. Please.
Loves the office.
Loves his office. Yeah, loves the office. CM says, you know that Feed ain't sharing his coke. He'll smoke your blunt, though.
Absolutely.
Oh,
They treat you like you ain't shit.
That Big Swole reference. Absolutely.
They never let that go. Nor should they. I think me and CM are the only people that remember how he treated Big Swole. Everybody else has forgotten it as soon as he signed the next guy. They were like, yay. We always loved you, Tony.
We love you, Tony. Thank you, Tony, for everything. AVB.
Swerve and Keith Lee right back in the nigga hole. Right? Am I wrong? No. Right back in it.
No, they've been on Rampage. Rampage, the new nigga hole. I guess.
Yeah. 12 people watching the show.
EVB was Tanahashi is 45, same as Archer. That's crazy. Ninja Mortis says Okada carries less weight, and if he comes to America and works a softer style, 15 years, easy.
He's 34, 15, 49. When did Flair stop being good? How old was Flair in 97?
50. I think 50 was when he stopped being good.
Okay.
He's not leaving Japan, right? He's not leaving Japan.
Nah.
Japan lifer.
Nah, he's a lifer there. Yeah, he's not coming to the US. You could stop wishing for that. TM says Swole, Janela, and Sheeta may have said it too. So there you go.
Although I saw Okada's IG story, somebody asked him AEW or WWE when he's a free agent, and he said TNA.
I can't tell if it's being sarcastic or if he just wants to come back and roll it in their faces.
Yeah, he's just being an asshole. I love it. I love it every single time. We got but yes, let's put our thumbs in the middle.
Wait a minute, wrong about what, you cunt? Ninja Mortis. Wrong about
I knew you were gonna see that coming.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram.
I'm sorry, sir. We're glad to have you here. Appreciate your input. And
I was like, let me move on. I didn't even ask you, what did you think about the main event and the post match here?
Huh?
Did I ask you what
the mess. The main event? Tony Khan stinks. We went through this.
No, I mean just the main event. I know you didn't like the post.
Yeah, we did. The main event was fine. Tanahashi looks old.
Okay, fair enough. Oh man, I don't even know where we're at. But yes, let's put our thumbs in the middle for this episode of AEW Dynamite for the June 22nd, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite. In 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up for me. Thumbs in the middle for Jimmy. Jimmy, out of 10. What did you give
to say? Listen, go away forever. Not forever. Come back next week, but we don't want to hear no more from you. Unless you fucking
The words and opinions.
I knew, because I love his reaction to Ninja Mortis.
Actually, verse, and he gave it a 6.5 all of this shit for thumbs in the middle. I'm wrong about what? Oh, I hate him so much. Him, Bill's Mafia. Who's the other one? And another one of you bums. They're the
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of Chewy Hill Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Oh my god. Wait, how is that a thumbs in the middle? You gave it a 6.5 or a 7. That's definitely a thumbs up.
He clearly fucking. Oh.
You can't keep getting away with it. You can't keep getting away with it.
Oh my god. I'm
right.
weak. I'm weak right now. Go ahead, Jimmy. What did you give it out of 10?
6.
6 out of 10? I gave it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was, that's why I gave it a thumbs up. I thought it was good for the most part, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff I would have changed. I would have had Okada's debut end the show instead of what we got at the end of the show. Or if they were going to do that at the end of the show, have Tanahashi and Moxley actually fight each other. I know you wanted to save their interaction for Forbidden Door, but at the point of how long you had them stand in the ring, they should have started hitting each other by then.
It was so dumb.
Romeo?
I thought the Okada should have closed the show too, but you would have had to change that around. You would have had to announce the match right there instead of how they announced it in passing.
Yeah, that's why I gave the other option of just having Tanahashi and Moxley start hitting each other.
SP3, can you have your finger on the warning button just in case, because I'm reading from a different screen here. Everybody in the chat, sounds like they gave this an 8, 37%, 26% a 7, 21% 0 to 6, 16% a 9.
16% gave it a 9? I'm not even shocked anymore. I'm not even surprised. Did you see all these idiots on Twitter when Vince came out and they were cheering? Could you believe they cheered Vince McMahon?
God.
Yes, I can't believe it. Are you out of your fucking mind? Wrestling fans are awful people. And they're idiots.
Quit! You're gonna quit! Why? You're gonna quit! You're gonna quit!
Though Vince, the character, is a menace, and I'm here for it.
He is outrageous. Match of the night, Jimmy. I know you said it earlier, but
yeah, Malakai Black and Penta with relative ease.
Unanimous on that one. MVP, I'm going with Christian and Okada. Co-MVPs. Who you got, Jimmy?
Co-MVPs. Michael Jordan and Ron Harper. Fucking what? It's Christian, and it's not close. It's not close. Christian Crusher. I know you all love Okada, but goddamn.
Christian and Okada.
They did not want to give Christian MVP last night. I was like, I gave co-MVPs too. It's just all Okada.
They love Okada. They love Okada out in the streets. LVP, who'd you give it to, Jimmy?
Tony Khan. Almost every week, without fail. And these, because you're awful, sir. And these bums like Ninja Mortis fucking cheer for you. And, really? But fuck him though. Seriously. We've called him out on the show. He has not responded yet. All he's done is say Jimmy was wrong, and then he gave a 6.5 and a thumbs in the middle. What am I wrong about?
I'm gonna go with I want to go with everybody who was a part of that show closing brawl, but Eddie Kingston was a part of that.
Hey, they didn't put themselves out there.
So
come on now.
That is fair.
Tony Khan put them out there.
That is fair. I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna have to go with Tony Khan, because I was gonna be like starting the show with Bryan Danielson with the downer. And then, I got to go with Tony Khan. I'm going to agree with you this week.
Forgot to mention, I loved Minoru Suzuki completely no-selling Wheeler Yuta. That was great.
Yes, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny.
I thought that was
funny.
What the fuck was that?
And then people no-selling Sammy was great as well. So, Jimmy, since you're not going to be part of tomorrow's preview, I still need to send you a PayPal for the review. Let's get your predictions for AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door, the buy-in match, Gun Club and Max Caster versus the New Japan LA Dojo Boys.
New Japan.
You got Dudes with Attitude versus the Bullet Club. Who you got?
Sting in them. I'm not calling that stupid name.
Zack Sabre Jr. versus the guy you predicted earlier. You say it's going to be Claudio Castagnoli. Who wins?
Claudio. I'm trying to keep this relatively even because I know they're going to try to do it.
Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm. For the
Rosa. Sorry, Tony. You're
up. Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara versus Eddie Kingston, Will Yuta, and the Shooter.
Jericho and company. You got to save the win for Blood and Guts.
Winner takes all IWGP World Tag Team titles, ROH World Tag Team titles, FTR, United Empire, Roppongi Vice.
If FTR doesn't win this, it's destroying America and our democracy.
IWGP US title, Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy.
Ospreay, because Ospreay's not fucking Adam Cole, who lost the fucking Orange Cassidy.
AEW All Atlantic Championship. Who walks out with the gold? Ishii, Miro, Pac, and Malakai Black.
Shit. I'm gonna go with Malakai Black.
4-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Switchblade, Hangman, Okada, and Cole.
Jay White. Come on now.
And finally, interim AEW World Championship, Moxley and Tanahashi.
Moxley, though I'm not completely sold on this.
Very interesting.
Let me ask Jimmy another question. What's going to be the match of the night, or the match you're looking forward to the most?
Looking forward to the most, the Fatal 4-Way for the big belt. It'd probably be the match of the night too, if I had to guess.
I think so. I thank you. Chair Relax says, thank you, Jimmy, for being honest. He's always honest. He's always honest. He's always honest with you.
Yeah, Chair Relax, you're getting promoted.
Look at Ninja Mortis agreed with you. He says Jimmy right about the LVP though.
So all my criticisms about the LVP were wrong, but my LVP is right. Sir, get your brain scanned. You and Matt Hardy need to have your brain scanned, along with Jeff.
And Leslie Hall has a question for us. Does anyone have a cute boy name for I am 7 months pregnant? Congratulations. What would you give her, Jimmy?
Luchasaurus.
Judas. The Judas have become. And D'Lo Blue says you should name your son D'Lo Brown.
I'm not gonna do it.
With the real deal now.
Headaches easily, and that'll fucking do it.
And we got a super chat donation from Kid Get Money who says, my Orlando Magic have the first pick tonight. Just like my Jags had the first pick a month ago. Do you guys think either of my teams have a chance of making the playoffs next year?
Damn, life is rough.
I'm assuming you're from Florida somewhere. That's the only way you can have those two fucking no.
If they get Chet Holmgren, maybe they make the play-in. Orlando.
At least
Orlando has a bunch of good young talent.
Chet Holmgren? What?
Yeah.
That Adam Cole built ass motherfucker? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Body shaming.
Words and opinions of Jimmy.
Hey, that's different. This is basketball. This is real fucking life. He can't play in the NBA. 7'4". He weighs fucking 12 pounds. Knock it off.
Thank you for that super chat donation, Kid Cat Buddy.
And you have Tony Khan's coke-headed up dad running your fucking football organization? You in deep shit. You ain't never getting better.
Jimmy, let the people know where they can find you in your YouTube channel.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. Yeah, I don't really talk much on any of those except YouTube, but
and Ascension, the comic.
Ascension Comic Book 2 at jimmymacram.com if you're into comic books or anything, quite frankly.
Yes. And you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHeelSP3. I will be back here live tomorrow at 11:35 a.m. Eastern Time for our New Japan Pro Wrestling AEW Forbidden Door preview and predictions. We're going to be joined, myself and Romeo, by Joe Hobart of the Late Night Grin, as well as Will Washington of
Is that the brother?
Fightful's, yes, of Fightful's Grapsity podcast.
He looks like one of the people that was in Ghost's crew in season 1.
What do I try with you? Oh my god. And then
Wake up. I said wake the fuck up. Sleepy time's over, little motherfucker. Let's go.
And then join us live on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door watch along. Romeo will be here, J News will be here, all of the crew will be jumping in to watch the big show. And then Monday we wrap things up for Forbidden Door week with our AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door review at, I believe it's going to be 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. No, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday with special guest Richard Benson of Grabble at Podcast as well as Post Wrestling. Join us live for all of that. Check out all the great stuff from the True Hill Heat YouTube channel from this week. You got True Hill Heat 181 on Saturday. Quick reminder, it's a special time, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be joined by Kieran of Noob Japan, of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Fightful Overbook podcast. He's going to be joining us live to preview the big show from AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So join us for that one. For Jimmy Macram, for it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble episode 48, the 2-hour infomercial. We are signing off until next time.